into next year's game, to be honest. I haven't got a clue, skeevy really about how it's going to happen, but hopefully it'll be exciting, and hopefully the strategies won't be as mundane as we get one stops every race. Unfortunately, that's the same with today. We're probably going to get one stops, medium soft or soft medium, whichever style is just starting on. It's about to get underway.
Yeah, no one's really got a scuba duper right now about F1 22 as they're calling it. Right then, here we go then to start the Austrian Grand Prix. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 laps, 4 lights, 5 laps. Pause. Go, go, go. And it's a great getaway from Mitty there. I did my Murray Walker impression as the lights go out. And Combat had a terrible start off the line down to turn 1. Zaja's looking inside. He's taking 4th place behind them. Minty's gotten away. Brilliant start from him as always. Power into 2nd place. Oh, spin in the back. And that's Edgar's and the Alfa Romeo who's around. And Division's also gone. No, sorry, it's just Edgar's who's lost his front wing there. Minty leads up towards turn 3. The pack's all bunched up as they make their way through. Zaja coming very close to contact. And they've gone 3 abreast behind them. It's Riggsy, Race Roller, and Crowning. Crowning dropping back here, as is Roller. And those guys sorting themselves out here. No damage for the looks of things. Everyone's gotten away cleanly. In terms of that, Ogween is really jumping back here. He's fighting Crispy in the race for 11th place here. Both those guys out to the points as Corey locks up in front of Crispy in the Haas car. It's all kicking off here on the opening lap in Austria. Race Roller and Crowding going side by side into the left-hander, coming very close to contact. The Aston Martin just getting the edge on this occasion. He's really dropped back on the start. It's not the best of runs for him on this opening lap. Zajac went to 3rd. He's had a masterful start here. And he's chasing Power in the race for 2nd place. But Minty hasn't really pulled away as much as I thought he would have. He's only half second this time, separating him and Power as they round the final corner. Yellow flag once again. That's Edgar's in Sector 2, who's currently struggling in terms of having no front wing on the Alfa Romeo. So he'll win the pits shortly. Minty leads lap 1. Brilliant start from him then, as everyone's still bunched up in the mid-pack there. Brilliant first lap. Very exciting stuff to watch.
Crucially for the top 3, they haven't got any medium runs in front of them. It's yellow flag, that is Kevin in Aston Martin, sprang at turn 1. But like I said, for the top 3, there's no medium runs in front of them to hold them up. However, Jib Jab is looking to get past a soft runner, so roles reversed, you could say. Jib Jab getting past Merckx there for PA, but basically just has to clear combat with the first medium runner on the top 3. Can put, hopefully for their sake, pull out the dearest combat and they can pull away and be on their own race for the time being. But if Combat can hang on to DRS at the end of that 3, or start of that 3, his race will be very much in the right direction. As all the Merckx moment battling Corey battling for P9 has got very close, and Division also gets past Andros for P17. But yeah, Edgar's not having the best debut. Rad's had 1 got wing damage, so this is a debut race to forget for him, unfortunately. The mid-seat leads the way to Power Quicks and P2 and Sergeant P3. This will now just be the rest train. It's very hard to get out of DRS in Austria because there's actually obviously 3 DRS zones, and if you get out of DRS, you have to have a massive pace advantage. Although for P11, so for P10, Crispy gets past Merckx. Of course, Crispy not having the best qualifying that in Q2.
Power making a bit of a mistake there. He's really closing in though in terms. He wasn't using his DRS, he was really closing in. And he might close in again here, although he's half second back, so I doubt that he'll have a chance of taking the lead this time. I do want to just briefly talk about the position changes so far. The biggest gainer so far has been Crispy, who started 14th. He is now up to 10th, and of course the driver who's lost the most places is Andres, who's into the pits there. When he's out of the pits, he's lost 4 places. But Combat's lost 2 on track, Roller's lost 3 on track, as has Ogween. So those guys not having the best of starts here. And you're right in terms of DRS train, which at the start of the lap, because yeah, it's going to be a DRS train for the time being. No one in that top 16 is outside of a second to each other. Oh, sorry, in the top 15. Not the best of starts there for Riggsy.
He gets a level warning as well on the exit at the front, so Riggsy is down 4 warnings on lap 4.
Oh, that's not good.
So yeah, that's not good for him. He's
Power's
got to bring that in.
Power's on the chase here. He uses DRS on the exit. He's closing in a decent amount here. He's less than half a second behind. Definitely not the time he goes for going for an audacious dive to the inside. That's more last lap stuff. But he's managed to keep the car online this time. He ran a bit wide at turn 3 last time around.
Side by side into turn 2 between Merckx and Ogween. Ogween on the medium tyres. Doesn't give Merckx a lot of room on the exit, but Ogween does get past as Merckx has settled for P12 at the moment.
But a couple cars coming to the pits. Sorry, okay.
I was saying the gap's starting to level out now. There's the only people that aren't in DRS are currently, well, Monkey Division battling for P14 and P15, and the cars had to pit on lap 2 or lap 1. With Kevin, Griffiths, Connor, who are actually going side by side this time too, like Andres and the guys who had that on that 1. But everyone else, apart from mid up front, obviously, has DRS.
Good stuff. Of course, we've seen 4 drivers coming to the pit so far today. Griffiths, Connor, Andres, and Eggers all have made 1 stop. And look at things. Power is closing in. This is very unusual compared to what we normally see. Is Corey and then Ogwin set the fastest lap of the race. Normally we see Mitty pull out a 2-second gap by now, but that is not the case today. And this time Power could have a chance to take the lead. If he uses a bit more of his ERS, he could have a go at it, and he might even be able to go without the battery anyway. Will he duck to the inside? No, he won't be. So he's going to set himself up very well for the exit at turn 3. Should he get a good exit and pull away, okay? And that could be his chance of potentially trying to take the top spot. But I think Mitty may have gotten away a bit too much. He'd have to use some of his battery in order to get past. He's already used half of it already, as has a lot of the drivers in the pack. Because I tried to close him back in on them. So it's a 3-car race. Oh, his power goes a little bit wide off his line there. And I think there a bit of tyre smoke there as he locked up. Power still holding on to second place here. So Zydrad is all over him. He was looking to try and find an opening as quickly as he can. Any mistake Power makes, Zydrad in the AlphaTauri will pounce on it. And he's trying to pull a gap from Combat in 4th place as well. He's currently just in front of Midzy, who's 8 tenths behind, also had that 3-second penalty. So that could be where the DRS train first starts to break up front.
Well, the first person to lose DRS was actually Mr. Ogwin on the medium tyres, and he's lost DRS to Crispy at the moment. Sam also got past Merck's for P12, so Merck's losing 3 positions from starting at P10. Some of the best stuff for him is Ogwin needs to go back to the DRS very soon. As Crispy, who's on the charge.
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to cut you off here because Power's going for a move for the lead, going up into turn 3. He's drawn alongside Midzy to make the way into the right hand. I think Power might just actually do it here. He's got the DRS on the exit. Midzy has no real response. Move up Power, he will not be denied. New race leader, Power clicks in the Haas, takes over the lead, and that's our first leader in a Grand Prix. Take the lead on track from Midzy in a good couple of weeks there. So Power's going to enjoy these brief few moments he has, because they could be fleeting, because Midzy's still there behind him, and he's on DRS this time when they make their way down the main straight next time out. So we'll have to see what he can do, and Zaja's still just behind them looking for any potential slip-ups that either one of these two could make in order to take advantage. But what an exciting battle this has been in the opening 6 laps of this race. As Connor behind them back in 17th passes Griffiths, as Merckx gets hit with the penalty as well for multiple warnings. It's the second one of the night within 6 laps. Midzy off the last corner to get a 3rd penalty there, and that's Crispy. So Midzy now on the DRS, on the chase if he can. He might try and go for the lead in turn 1, to be honest. He's closing in. Can he stick his nose inside? He won't. I think he might try and go for the exit at turn 1. The division also get hit with a penalty. Everyone's getting them tonight so far. Down the straight they come. Does Midzy try and retake the lead? I think he might get it without. He's going to use his DRS up the right hand side. I think he's going to retake it here, easy as you like for Midzy, who retakes the top spot. Paris can be all over him still. We're going to lead this battle for the time being because it does look like it's going to cool down for a little bit. And I've been talking about it for about a lap or so. So I'm going to pass the mic back to Arvin.
There's been a massive battle for P8 whilst that's going on between Corey and Jib Jab and Crispy. Corey just about to hold up for P8, and Jib Jab getting the unlucky one there is also Sam got past Ogwin for P11 as well. Those are the drivers that lost DRS, and they'll be very eager to get back into this lead train. But yeah, so nice battles going down the field. I reckon the top 2 will be playing chess for the rest of this race. I wouldn't imagine the race will be settled in lap 7. I'd imagine the race will be settled. And there's a Griffiths who's went round with turn 2, so he's not having the best of days, unfortunately for Toby. So yeah, his race is going from bad to worse. But yeah, but like I said, Power and Midzy will probably swap positions a lot this race. It's just about who's in the lead at the end of lap 6, obviously.
Yes.
Always Combat has getting it's a Zydrad there. I thought he was going for over. So, oh my god, there's Crowding and Rixie going side by side, and Crowding almost in the back of Combat, but thankfully there's no contact. So, yeah, Crowding and Rixie have a little bit of a slipstream, or dragging down. Actually, Rixie lets Crowding through there.
Oh, Crowding locks up big time there. Crowding really locked up to that last right-hander, and as it stands, he's still right there just behind Combat, so he's not out of DRS range yet. So Combat and the Alfa Romeo not entirely out of the woods just yet in terms of attacks from behind. He's currently all over Zydrad trying to find that opening if he can. I just want to show you off. Just look how close he is to the back of that AlphaTauri. He's shot back a little bit now, but in that moment I was looking at him, he was incredibly close, right up the gearbox of that Honda-powered car. As they make their way off the last corner here, it's still this top 4 train remaining unchanged pretty much since the start of the race, save for Power taking the lead from Midzy and then Midzy quickly reclaiming it back. I reckon these two might go for it once again. These two are going tooth and nail for this first spot. Down the straight they come. Does Power opt to use some of his ERS again? I don't think he will. I think he'll try and use it down the next straight to really try and solidify that position for the time being. If you can catch Midzy napping here on the exit of this right-hander, I mean, you've got to get up early in the morning to catch Midzy napping. But yeah, as I say that, right now I think Midzy just has enough to stay in front, so good on him.
P4.
Oh, here comes Crowding looking to the outside. Does the Aston Martin finish the job? It goes a little bit wider on the exit. Oh, got a little bit scrolly on the exit of turn 4 and into turn number 6 now. Crowding now fully back in line and dropping back quickly to combat. He's still going to be within DRS range, so there's no worry there. Can easily try again. Because these two are going out for a couple of laps now. So very exciting stuff between these two so far. Very exciting race up front. I keep saying it, but it is true.
Well, it's not just up front, it's literally the top 10.
Yeah, I do.
Train as Griffiths gets that Christmas time that way, so stay. It's from worse to worse to even more worse.
Down the kitchen sink is gone.
Yep. As expert, see if there's any moves down into turn 2. I think there might be.
Race Roller might go for it for 6th place. One moment. Here comes Race Roller. Does he look to the inside? He will, you know. He's not going to go for it. He stays close, but Reese's locked up here, so that's a good opportunity for Race Roller as they make their way off of turn number 3 and down the straight once again. Will he use more of his DRS? He used it on the exit. Ricky hasn't got much left in terms of DRS. He's only got 15% left in his battery as it stands. I'm not sure what we're missing up front, but Crowding's locked up there. I just saw it in the distance. Race Roller staying behind Rixie for the time being. So the top 10 staying single file for the time being and trying to pull away from Ogween, who's currently 3 seconds behind in 11th place and holding off 7 for the time being.
Yeah, those two also going hammer and tongue with the 11 and 12. They need to work together really to get back in this train because everyone inside the top 10, their race is falling away pretty quickly. Is literally you have to be in the train because there's 3 DRS zones. If you're not in the train,
oh, yellow flag.
Over, and that's,
it's Andres.
It's Andres, I believe.
Yep, Andres. I think he may have spun at the exit turn number 3. He's got himself going very quickly, so it can't be too much.
Yep. As going to turn 1 again, let's see if any moves. There is going to be moves. So combat was Hydra. There's I think the medium runners are now impatient behind the softs. Let's see if he's going to get inside or outside. He's going to go outside of turn 2 or 3, and then the TV can go around the outside as Kevin gets a penalty and Andres is retired.
Oh.
That's on track. Will that be a safety car?
Maybe.
Let's see what's happening.
Give it a moment.
Combat goes right around the outside there, so we can't really talk about this battle as Zydra then holds on P3 for now as combat to get past one of the soft runners at least, but that is Andre's session unfortunately out, and safety car didn't come out to affect everyone else's race, but not a good day for the Alpine driver as always as Zydra actually looks to the inside there for its defend the bottom corner, but he didn't. As again, this top of the train stays in line.
Combat's got to go for it now. Here he goes. On the right, breezing past down the main straight into turn 1. I'm sorry to cut you off slightly there, Albin. But Combat now up into 3rd place.
Merckx had a spin there.
Oh, wow.
Corner I saw. Falls to a corner. He managed to get in the pits very quickly. He's going to put a set of medium tyres probably and go to the end of the race. So no pit stop for Merckx, unfortunately.
Zydra was trying to get back past here, but Crown is going to take advantage around the outside. Where did he come from? The Aston Martin now for Terry dead even as they make their way down the straight and down towards turn 4. It's going to be very tight between these two as they make their way through. As Para's locked up in front of them, Combat could try and take advantage. Crowding gets the better traction around the outside. Brilliant stuff there. Through 2 corners, he was forced the long way round. He's managed to pull it off there. So brilliant move there from ETE Crowding. He takes away 4th place from Zydra. He's starting to drop back now after fighting for 3rd with Combat earlier on in the race.
I've also noticed that Seb's come to the pits already. Something I've noticed. He also pitted for an mandatory pit stop. He's now in the P14, but yeah, so Seb going for very early undercut for the mediums. There's also there's more
Crispy's in.
Pits. That was Crispy. Position changes caught off guard then. They realised they just went to the pits. That's a yellow flag.
Yellow flag. Ooh.
There's a crash. That's a crash, I think, between Minty and Division.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Could that be anything? I think it might be okay because it was a lot wider. It was on like the runoff area.
Oh no, it's almost hit the Division there, but yeah.
No safety car then.
Yeah, the Division also got a 5-second penalty for collision with Monkey. We saw that, but yeah, so those two crashed in the front corners. I know these guys, Monkey and Division, are best friends, so they would be happy with each other, crashing in the final corner.
I'm sure they'll understand.
Corey and Riggsy go side by side then.
Oh.
And Corey would get the move down around the outside. I made this move in pre-season before, as Corey's going to do the exact same thing. As him go around the outside.
Can he do it? Yes, he can!
There's actually there's no contact as well, which is brilliant. Will Jimchad get involved as well?
There comes Jimchad for 8th. Ricky dropping back here. Does Ricky have damage of any kind?
I think Race is going to pull the pits.
I think he may have
Yeah.
damage. I'm not sure. It might be me, but I think he may have lost an end plate
Contact.
at minimum. Oh, okay. I might be blind. You
Just
never
go
know.
for a pit stop. He just didn't go for a front undercut. His
Fair enough.
Sam Wilson was on a penalty.
Racer was locked up there.
6.
Yellow flag, and that is division.
That might be safety car.
Potentially, yes, it is.
Safety car around.
And there is division there. You see him as Merckx flies past, stricken at the exit of turn 8. And this could start to really change things. It could potentially end the game in terms of strategy. Mitty leads, Para second,
And,
Combat third.
Yeah, Combat and Crowding are absolutely fuming because this is the perfect pit window for the soft runners, and anyone who hasn't pitted already on the mediums are absolutely screwed in this race. They're going to have to pit for hards, or they have to pit for hards and go for, or then pit the next lap for mediums to make 2 stops. So yeah, Combat and Crowding are in a brilliant position, and then the centre car comes out. It's actually the wrong time for now. But you can't, sometimes that's racing, that's Formula 1, and that's going to allow Midzi, Para, Zydrad and Corey a free pit stop onto mediums, and that will also gain this first track position as well.
Alright, so in comes the soft runners, Combat Crowding. Let's make them making their way in there. Everyone's going to pit here. Let's see if anyone does stay
They'll
out.
have to.
Yeah,
I think they'll have to.
Yeah, it does make sense. Mandatory pit stops. Monkey gets a drive-through penalty. The speeding under the safety car. That won't be much help. Will he be able to serve it this time? Will he be able to pit straight? Or just have to pit it straight away and then serve it?
I think you'll have to. I think you have to serve it after the centre car. So I think this race is done.
Yeah, because you can't serve drive-throughs under the.
Yeah. Monkey's also retired in the pits anyway. So
okay, so that's his race over.
Day gone.
17 drivers left in the Grand Prix as it stands.
Yeah, and that has allowed Griffiths to unlap himself as well.
That's helpful.
Well, it's more importantly for his race. So he needs to get, a gap to a safety car so he can pit onto mediums and get back onto the lead train. So hopefully for him, he can get back on the lead, ahead of the safety car. Although he might be restricted to, he might be restricted to a delta. I'm restricted to speaking, I think. I'm restricted to and Griffiths is
That's quite funny.
on the delta.
Right. I would just like to say real quick. Crowding's gone for a bit of a different strategy here because obviously he's got to change onto a different set of tyres. But whereas Combat,
they've gone for softs.
yeah,
They want to actually. All the softs are 21 laps. I think I think I've been waffling this entire time. They've gone to hards. They might be able to get away at 21 laps on the softs.
Combat
Although
has
those
got
tyres.
Combat to stay on mediums. Do you reckon he can? Because he'll have to pit again, won't he? Because he started on mediums to begin with. Or did he start off?
Combat. I'm talking about Crowding.
I
Combat Crowding again. Okay.
Oh no! So no, that's me talking about two different people. I'm saying Crowding's on Crowding and Combat are both on mediums during that first stint, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm saying Combat's gone to the mediums while Crowding's gone. Crowding's gone to the softs. And obviously that means Combat will have to stop again, right? Because he's got to change onto a set of softs. So this could actually be a decent situation for him because he could go a decent number of laps. He'd probably go to about lap 30 on a set of medium tyres. If we get another safety car around that sort of period, then he'll be in a great position because he'll be able to go soft to the end. So he can go on a really good charge towards the end of the race. But of course, that does rely on another safety car entering the mix. So we're hoping that Griffiths, Edgars, any one of these guys really just crash themselves out.
Well, yeah, you don't really want to hope that.
No, I don't wish that on. But I mean, in Combat's interest, that could be what he's wanting. Or just a safety car for any reason, really. Obviously, I can't wish that on anyone, so I won't. Unless commentator's curse strikes. I hate when that happens.
Oh. Saw a lot of penalties in terms of first penalties early on, but there hasn't been that many since the clutch on the start. I'll be honest, there hasn't been that many. So I hope that keeps up. As there are already 16 laps in. I was now in this lap, so
here we go.
Griffiths might not be able to get back into the lead train actually.
Oh, that's unfortunate for him though. But regardless, Midzi is the leader for this restart, and he will have control when the green flag comes back out. Combat in second place, Para third, Crowding on the soft tyres on the soft tyres in fourth, and Zydrad in fifth onto fresh set medium tyres. So how will Midzi play this restart? Making his way towards the right-hander of turn 9, or the double right of turns 9 and 10. He's weaving back and forth all over the shop here. He's hoping to get back on the way. Combat right there behind him. I reckon he might go here in the last corner. And he does go in the last corner. He's looks like he left Combat for dead as much as he would have hoped. But still, green flag back out, and Combat still right there in his wake. So as long as he can hold on for this first 2 laps, they should be okay. And we'll see what Crowding can do on the soft tyres here on this restart. Does Combat opt to use any of his energy? He could if he wanted to be entirely honest. Because he's that close enough for it to really have an effect on Midzi. As they make their way up the hill towards turn number 3, it's still Midzi in control of things from these opening few corners. Para's still there lurking in 4th. But Crowding could go for it. He's using his ERS. He could try and make a move on Para as they go down the straight. He's got the speed. I don't think he's able to get close enough to get his nose in there. As Edgar's behind them, passing Kevin. Oh, huge lock up from Crispy there in the other Haas car. And that could open the door for Corey, but he's dropped back a little bit. So Crispy continues to chase Zydrad now. Crowding and Para really trying to get away from Zydrad as it stands. Although, of course, he's been very good at this first in the race. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him close back in over the course of the next lap or so. Para's dropping back from Combat a little bit. Crowding's still right there behind the Haas driver. And Midzi's trying to get away from all. The gap's 6 tenths now. That's probably the most it's been throughout the entire race so far. As we near the halfway stage now of this Grand Prix. Lap number 18. Midzi over the line. Half a second in front of Combat at the end of this first lap.
Yeah, as well that was outside the top 10, there was actually Haas car going really well. All of them managed to get past Connor. Actually, speaking of all, he's gone off the track, and it's the other flag is also with a massive crash.
Oh, what's happened?
That is Connor. That was Kevin, Connor, Jib Jab.
Oh, and there goes Combat losing it slightly as well. Sorry to interrupt you there. Carry on.
That's all good. It's all kicking off.
Yeah, it's all chaos up here. Zydrad's in second place. What's going on here? Mid's got a decent advantage now. That guy's around 1.5 seconds, so he's safe on DRS for the time being. Para's dropping back now, and here comes Combat taking advantage. Chrissy Man's works up into 3rd place. Where did he come from? Para's down in 6th, and Corey's now right back there with him. He's trying to go around the outside if he can. All green back there in 8th, trying to get an opening. He's back into the side of the points now, so he's getting himself back into this race. But it's all just kicked off there, and my throat is incredibly dry, so I'm going to hand things back over to Carbon.
Always, the crowd's going to go into the pits, or they almost make contact, but that has allowed Midzi to get a 2-second gap. So he'll be absolutely loving life in that McLaren. Zydrad managed to get himself into P2. I think there must be contact between Combat, Power, and Crowding. Or at least some of those drivers must be involved for that to happen.
And here's Crispy on the chase for 2nd place. On Zydrad's made their way up the hill. Crowding's gone around. Oh no, Crowding's in the pit. Sorry, I'm blind. I didn't realise it was into the pit sign.
Oh,
next to him.
As Power hit Combat.
Oh, these guys are all over each other. Corey's now alongside. He's trying his way into 4th place. Here comes Para and Corey down towards the corner, and Combat's trying to join the battle as well as Ogween there. Combat's trying to rejoin the battle. Corey just attempted to switch back down Para. Didn't quite pay off, but he's still right there behind, so he can try and capitalise if he wanted to. And keep an eye on Zydrad and Crispy. They're still going at it. So the Haas cars are like magnets compared to everyone else. It's like they're playing bumper cars at this point. Of course, Combat's also involved there as well. He's jumped back to 7th now, so he's not looking too good for him. But he's currently got Rigsy for company just behind him. He's going to try and go for a move into turn 9. The Alpines are on alongside, and keep an eye on Sem behind them here. Ogween's backing off in quite a dangerous position there. And Ogween was kind of out of order there.
He's going to the pits.
Yeah, but
he's going to the pits if he gets damage.
Oh, potentially, yeah, but he back. I mean, if he did have damage, he couldn't really help it. But he did back off. If he didn't have damage, he backed off in quite a dangerous position for looking at it on that front. There's a massive train going on here now in terms of. Oh, here goes Jib setting the fastest lap of the race. Zydrad's back on the chase here, trying to take 2nd place back from Crispy. Not close enough for the time being. Rigsy's looking for it. Oh, there's damage. Crash behind him. It's race roll. I think may have damage.
Yeah, Rollins got big damage there.
Oh no!
It's in Rigsy, I think. He's also got past this Sem anyway. As Merck's also getting sorted up by Kevin and Edgar as well. Remember, Edgar's was 30 seconds behind on that line. He's now up into P10 at the moment. So they'll recover from air driver.
Safety cars work magic. What can we say?
And all this battling has benefited Midzi so much.
Yellow flag, and that's Connor.
That's Connor around. So the Red Bull guys are having a good day so far. Although with 16 laps to go, I think 17, I wouldn't be surprised if
Is it me or is the track crowd? I was outside. Is it me or is the track clouding over? Could we start seeing some late rain? Could that change things? As Crispy gets a penalty.
And SLR is quietly works well into P5.
Well, I wouldn't say quietly, to be honest. There's been quite been quite a lot of elbows out going on. Of course, he's taken advantage of that. He's been driving quite cleanly so far, so good on him.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He's sort of wiggled his way through Northern's chaos.
Crowding takes the fastest lap of the race. 1 minute 5.07. Not too bad for him.
Alex Sauce in the pits. I think that he had damage as well. So, that is him. Unfortunately, not really scoring points, so this thing's another city comes out. So.
Okay, so the track now looking quite overcast when we look at things in terms of weather. So could we potentially see some rain? Could I be right again? Zydrad still chasing Crispy.
Yeah, I said about Crispy, his time penalty could really cost him.
Yeah.
Cost him his podium. So he had to rely on other people getting penalties when he wants to finish in that P2 spot. As Combat's dropped out of the rest to Corey as well, so that's going to allow Pixie and Roller to catch back up as Sam gets up to it's actually spun round to the final.
Oh no. That's not very good, Sam. What are you doing sometimes? He's missed it. I don't know if he's a pit or what, but he's completely missed the pit entry. Right, he's spun out of the last corner, so unfortunately he's got some going again. Down to P13, and Connor and Crowley on the chase here. So we'll move over for them before getting back in the action now and getting back on the chase.
Yeah. There's I thought Zydrad was going to make a move on Crispy then, but I think my eyes were leading me then.
Yeah, I think he's a bit too far back.
Yeah, he was. He definitely was. Always Rigsy when Combat can go side by side for P6.
Oh, here they go.
The inside Combat on the outside. In the middle sector. Combat goes to a keep hold 6th position. He just about I think. Yeah, Combat holds on for P6 for now. Though he's going to under attack, of course, in the DRS straight very shortly.
Lovely stuff from Combat and Ricky there. As Racewell's going to look to try and get involved. So they off the last corner and towards the line. Kevin gets hit with another penalty here. Roll it down the main straight, try and make a charge with the DRS, but it's a nice little train here. And even Rigsy's not really taking much advantage, even with Combat not having DRS. He gets slapped with a time penalty there, so unfortunate for him. Meanwhile, in front of them, Corey's on the chase against Para, who's looking around, just trying to defend from him. Oh, here we go. Roller's underneath. He's trying to go 3 abreast here if he could. And he's on the inside of Combat there. Just about managed to keep it away from the Alfa Romeo. And there goes Sem. Sem's out of the race. He's retiring from the pit lane. Retiring in the pit lane, sorry. He gets a 5-second penalty for speeding. Does Race Roller go for it? Nope. Too risky. So Combat will stay in P6 for the time being. Corey's still there in 5th, chasing Para. Para's chasing Zydrad. Zydrad's chasing Crispy and Midzi. They're all chasing Midzi, who's got 2-second lead now. But if it was me, I would like for it to start to drop. These guys got to work together behind them in order to actually catch Midzi. Yellow flag in sector 1, but that's I believe that is just Sem's AI getting back out onto the racetrack. So it'll stop eventually, I'm sure. Hopefully, we won't get too much in the way of our leaders.
You say that? You said that about Crispy. The gap was 2.1. It's now 1.7, like low put 1.8. So I think Crispy is actually getting on Midzi.
Let's hope so. Yeah.
The ERS isn't too dissimilar as well. I think Crispy's a little bit more, but he's not too far. He's actually gaining the 1.6 again. So. Maybe Crispy does have some pace.
Let's hope so. They got 1.5 now. So yeah, I think you might be right. Either Midzi's slowing up in terms of McLaren not being as fast as it was at the start of the race, or Crispy is now closing back in. But that gap's around 1.5 to 1.8 seconds as it stands. So that little 3/10 range as it stands. Crispy locks up a bit, so that could allow Midzi to pull away a little bit more. Zydrad on the exit of the corner, looking around, just trying to get close enough to actually make a move. These guys appear split for the time being. Close, but still split, because no one will really go for any moves. It looks like the sun's trying to come back out a little bit more now, so I doubt we'll be seeing any sort of rain towards the end of the race. You can see it, definitely see it is brightening back up now. So the rain is not a possibility. The looks things, unless we start getting rainbows towards the end of the Grand Prix. For the last turn, they come once again, and it's still Zydrad in control. Sorry, it's still Crispy in control of things in 2nd place, and Midzi in the lead. Crispy hoping to try and close in. He's half a second in front of Zydrad. Of course, he's may not be able to get a DRS range for the time being, just to sort of isolate himself from the rest of that pack. But he is pulling away, so you are right, Alvin. Maybe there is some pace in that Haas car after all. But Zydrad's closing in with the help of the DRS, so things are looking good for him. The 2 Haas cars perform exceptionally well so far, but having running them 2nd and 4th. Could be looking at a double podium should they finish the job in passing Zydrad in Para's case. Racewell's back there in 7th. He's still chasing Combat. Rigsy is being chased by Edgars here, who could go for it into turn number 4. He's going to go for it. He sticks his nose inside, so he's there. And late on the brakes. Brilliant move there by Edgars as he makes his way through on the exit of 4. Rigsy's still all over him here, so this might not be over yet. Although, actually, as I say that, I think it might just be over. As Rigsy falls back.
Yeah, there's well, we said Crispy's time penalty, like he did in Spain, if you remember, cost him chance for a race win. And Crispy's penalty today might cost him a podium, unless of course I dread the Para and Corey as well have to get penalties on their own. As Crowley gets up a time penalty, although he's now P13 in his race, was unfortunately premature from what it really was at the start of the race. As as soon as there's any more battling, it's turn 2. The Para looks interesting. He's going to make a big moment. Hope he stays put for now.
A bit of contact there between Para and Corey. Corey just kind of drove into the back of his car a bit. Everything's okay though. He's using his DRS here in the attempt to try and get by. He's got the DRS as well. Rearing wide open. Does he go for it? Does he stick his nose inside? No, he doesn't. Zyjan also right behind Crispy as well. So keep an eye on those two. Yellow flag in sector 1, and that is Connor who spun out. And he's coming up. And he's got Merckx coming up just behind him. Connor, everyone getting away okay. Zyjan's still right there behind Crispy. Corey's still right there behind Para. Those two Haas cars doing very well in terms of defense right now.
As the gap between Mitzi and Crispy is now stabilising to 1.8 seconds. So, yeah, as much as we say that Mitzi's been dominant in recent races, I would say that this race is slightly handed to him. He got out of DRS from the battling, and it's not like he's been pulling away because of pure pace. Getting out of DRS has really helped him because of all the chaos that went on between Para, Crowley, and I think other people as well. Crowding gets another time penalty. That's now at least 9 seconds. That's Merckx in the wall. Is that him out? It isn't.
No, he's in the gravel, so he's okay. He'll keep on going here. Yeah. No issue whatsoever. No safety car required. If there was though, Mids would definitely be kicking himself in frustration. 30 minutes. No fault of his own. As Crispy locks up there, so Zydrag could close in a little bit more. The gap's been about 3/10 the last couple of laps or so. He's really trying to close in and trying to find an opening, but just can't do so. Crispy's too good on those corner exits. That's really what's costing Zydrag right now, because he's trying to close in with DRS, and he just can't do it because Crispy is so good on the exit. And even with the ERS he's been using, he can't get past as well. So I think he really has to turn that back to...
I would say, I think with Para and Corey, look at the ERS levels. Para's on 30% and Corey's on 70. So Corey's was saving his battery, waiting for his moment. And I've got a feeling he passed very time
into the pits.
Guys, there's out in the pits. There's
spun a little bit,
I don't know what happened there. I don't know what happened there. That's weird.
I think he tried to do what can't remember who it was earlier, going Tokyo Drift into the pit lane.
Penalty, that's 6 seconds for him.
Jib jab. Oh no, sorry, I thought it was Jib jab overtaking it on track. My bad.
And Roller's going to get past combat here.
Roll on the inside. Does he get there? Good traction. What? Oh, skids a little bit there. I was about to say what an exit from Roller, and he skids off. He still could get him. Good kill, get him. He could still get him, and he does still get him into the right hander, but combat's still there. If he gets good traction, no, he can't though. So Roller does take P6 now and will begin to start chasing Corey for 5th. But I doubt he'll catch him purely because that DRS train is just building a gap bit by bit. And Midsy's gap, like you said, Albin, a couple laps ago, is stabilising now. So the gap stands at 1.7 seconds. 1.8 make that, sorry.
There's I'm just looking at penalties. Crispy's on 6 seconds, Combat's on 6 seconds, Riggs is on 6 seconds, Kev's on 12, Griffith 6, Crowding 9, and Gus 6, Ogwin 3, and Merckx 3. So Crispy actually has 6 seconds, not 3 seconds. So his race is really reliant on other people getting penalties with 6 laps to go.
Oh, here comes Corey looking to the inside of Para here. Into turn 3, does he get him? These guys going side by side, nothing separating them wheel to wheel as they exit turn 3 and down towards 4. Corey does have the advantage. Brilliant move there from the Williams drivers. Go for it on the inside. And once again, Crispy locks up in front of them. And Zydrad still can't find an opening. Not quite sure what's going on there. Corey and Para just about still within DRS range at the time being. So those guys should be able to catch back up in just a moment. My phone's about to fall off the desk, which is unfortunate. But we do move regardless. I've saved it now. Midzy still, I'm about to say he's still holding that lead, but it is dropping now. The gap 1.4 seconds, 1.3 now. I do remind you, Combat on the medium tires will start to pit here. So I'm thinking maybe Crispy won't lose as many places as we think. Although as I look at that, right now he'll finish around P7 as it stands. Because like I said, Combat. Oh yeah, Roller with penalty now. So yeah, so okay, so that could be P6. So let's see how things come to at the end. Crispy with a terrible exit there, and Zydrad still can't take advantage. He needs to use his DRS, and he is using it now. This is his best chance to try and take the lead as Eggers sets the fastest lap of the race. Zydrad looking inside for the first time in a couple of laps, and he goes underneath and takes second place away. Oh, there's been a big spoke behind them there. I think Crispy may have locked up again. I'm not sure what settings he's using, but I think anti-lock brakes probably needs to turn back on, because trying to brake with that burst isn't really him at this point in the race. Yellow flag, and that is that's Connor retiring from the race. Mids with the build that 1.8 second gap again. So with 6 laps to go, it's still looking like Midsy's race, but Zydrad could be the one driving who could change that as Crispy gets all out of shape in turn 9. Corey now has a chance to go on the attack on the exit of the corner. Down the straight they come. Yellow flag there. That's just in the pit lane, so no worries in front of us. Zydrad now be focusing entirely on catching Midsy in front of him. Crispy now 9 seconds, so he could fall back to 8th as it stands. Actually no, it's probably still be around 5th or 6th. I think it'll be okay in terms of that because of Roller's penalty and the fact that Combat, Rigsy, Kevin all have penalties to their names as it stands. So Zydrad now trying to pull away if he can, but Crispy and Corey will still be trying to fight him. And Paris dropping back now, so I think his chances might be shot here for the time being in terms of getting on the podium. I think it's down to Zydrad and Crispy and Corey as it stands. As Combat passes Race Roller here, but Combat locks up big time. Could the reigning champion try to switch back? He does go for it on the right hand side, making his way down in towards turn number 6. I think Combat might just have the edge for the time being and maintains that 6th spot just for the time being, so it's all good on that front. We'll look at things here in terms of going back to the gaps and the intervals here. Half second separating Crispy from Zydrad. Corey and Crispy separated by about 3/10 as it stands. So very exciting stuff here. 5 more laps to go in this Grand Prix.
Hey guys, I'm trying to go side by side.
Oh, let's have a look at that, shall we? Oh no, the round goes Eggers! Off the track there. I don't know what's happened, but there was a major coming together there. Not in terms of damage, I think both of them have gotten away okay. But
yeah,
wait, does Crowding have damage? Crowding's okay.
So Crispy and Corey going side by side. I think Corey got Crispy there.
Yes, he did, and now Corey's trying on the attack, trying to catch Zydrad if he can. That would go for a move. Crispy's dropping back here. Does he have damage? No, he doesn't. He's just fallen back and now he's allowed power in. So could we be playing the team game here, just to try and get power back inside DRS range? Eggers gets hit with a time penalty now. It's unfortunate for him. Power is now right there back in line. Combat passing, Race Roller passing Combat, my bad. I keep on speaking, sorry.
Yeah. No, that's fine. I was going to get distracted by the roller battle. Also, Corey and Paro switched positions there.
This is very confusing.
I don't know how that happened. Especially into the turn 8. That's very confusing. But Paro.
I'll tell you what it was. It was clean driving, mate.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, more in the incident between Crowding and Eggers. I think they just locked wheels. Nothing really both either driver could do. But unfortunately, that's Crowding in another incident. This race, there's 2 so far. Or this major instance.
Harrow's back on the chase here in attempt to try and catch Zydrad. Now Crispy's dropped back here. He has to still be coming back up for the podium places here. One of these 3 drivers will not end up on the podium. And of course, I removed Crispy from that conversation because of course he's got a 9-second penalty. So I think that's the least of his troubles right now. I think his biggest concern is just not getting any more and not getting disqualified as it stands. Paras.
Roller again.
Oh, here we go. They're still going side by side. Roller on the inside. Combat on the outside. Who's going to come out on top this time? They're still side by side. No clear winner. Out of turn 5 into 6 could be where they settle it. And Combat has the inside run. Race Roller forced a long way around. And Combat once again still holds on to P6. Brilliant driving from him.
I think Jim Jack can benefit from his penalties as well. He's in P10, hasn't got a penalty, so he might benefit from people getting penalties. As Griffiths and Oblin go side by side, I believe, as they are, and spends slightly more contact again. Griffiths gets more away, and that's Rigsy with time penalty, and that will benefit Jim Jack even more, like I just said. So I'm a genius for saying that.
No, you're right for once. Here comes Para, making a move on Zydrad, going to the outside for second place. What's going to happen here? I believe is there lap traffic? No. Yeah, there is lap traffic in the presence of Merck as of right now in 15th place. As Para takes over second from Zydrad, and Corey could go on the attack with Zydrad looking to fight back, going into turn number 4, thinks better of it. He's got 2.5 laps now to try and get back past and take second place as well. Now passing Combat for good this time and getting clear of him. Although I say for good, that could change the lap's time. That could be Combat making the move back. So we'll see what happens there. Crowding sets the fastest lap once again. 1 minute 4.6. Brilliant lap from him there. On those on the soft tires, I think he's on. Zydrad being chased by Corey now. as Power looks to get away. Midzy now the 3.4 second advantage as he rounds the last corner. 2 more laps to go, and you must say he really had it all to himself this second half of the race. Everyone's still quite close to him, a lot closer than usual, but he's been in the world of his own while everyone else has been battling behind him. So I'm sure he's enjoyed seeing the leaderboard change while he's looking up in the top left of the screen, thinking, "Oh, I wonder what's going to happen behind me next." While he goes on towards the race victory. Meanwhile, and speaking of that happening next,
What is going to happen next?
Zajad on the right-hand side into turn 3 and takes away third place. A bit of contact there between Parag and Corey gets all out of shape on the exit of turn number 3. So Crispy could try and go on the attack if he wanted to. I don't think he's going to. He's not close enough to go for it. These guys all nice. Honestly, this feels more like the battle for the race win. I think I would prefer to think of it that way. Who just imagine Mitty isn't there for the time being. He's like on halfway from victory. As Roller and Combat still going at it. These guys have really been going at it. And there's been no contact. They've stayed clean and everything. So really respectful racing between these two guys. So great stuff for them. So Midzy then makes his way through turn number 9 and down to turn 10 now to start the final lap of this Austrian Grand Prix. He's a lap away from it. As Corey gets hit with the penalty, and that'll pretty much secure the podium for Zajad and Para. All they've got to do now is just hold on. Around goes Corey on the exit of the last corner. What happened there? Did Crispy just turn him? Combat is disqualified. Wow! You forgot to pit. Roller that puts it to 5th place there. Oh my! And Para now passing Zajad and Crispy still right behind them.
Yep, P2.
Here they come.
P2 then.
This is how it's going to end then. These two fighting for the best spot on the rostrum. Zajad looking for it now. This is also an opportunity to pass. You're getting very close to hitting Para there, and that could just settle here. There's no more really good passing opportunities. So unless Zajad gets a terrible exit out of one of these last 2 corners, then Para in prime position to try and retake that advantage. But meanwhile, just in front of them, 4 seconds in front to be precise, Midzy has had it all to his own since the safety car came in. And since all that chaos went down around lap 16 or so, as he rounds the final 2 corners, Crag with another penalty for good measure. Midzy takes, I've lost count how many wins he's taken at this point, but he wins the Austrian Grand Prix. Zajad will come home in 2nd place on the line, beating Para. Oh, and there goes Crispy at the last corner, spinning out. Razor for 4th. Crispy struggling to make it to the line here. Might actually lose that to Corey. He has lost that to Corey. Well, no, yeah, regardless. Jibjab finishes 5th in the end. Brilliant stuff from him there in the end. Corey 6th. Crispy 7th in the end. Riggsy 8th. Kevin 9th. And Ogween coming through to take the final points paying position there in P10. Well, that was a race for the ages. Maybe not in terms of what's going on for the lead, more what's going on behind him. And Zajad, that little fight overall, the 2nd half of the race has come out on top. But we can't forget who really came out on top today. That driver being Midzy, who's driven an amazing race once again from start to finish. I'm getting tired of saying it. You're getting tired of hearing it. Someone just try and stop him already.
Well, see, as I'm inviting the people, or I'm inviting Para, Midzy, and Zajad for the interviews, and we'll get them done shortly.
Yep, sounds good. Wow, very interesting race. A very interesting race weekend overall that started with you guys not being able to hear me in the first stream, and then the second one you can hear me, and going to be a very exciting race. I hope you all enjoyed it. Make sure to let us know down in the chat what you thought about that race, and what you think about anyone being able to stop Midzy. If someone can, he'll do it.
Well, I don't know. I mean, this to be in the form of his life. I'm trying to get people to party. There we go. People are now joining. So, get the interviews done shortly. So, yeah. How do you want to do this?
I'll be honest. I'm getting tired of interviewing Midzy every single week, so maybe you can do them this time.
Right. Okay.
You want to do 3rd and 1st? I'll do 2nd.
I'll do P1. Or I don't mind, mate. You do what you want.
I'll do P2 and P3.
Okay. Well, we'll get Zajad the Power. So, party then.
All right, lovely stuff. So final results then. Midzy takes the victory by 4.4 seconds over Zajad in 2nd place. Para 3rd, Roller 4th, Jibjab 5th, Corey 6th, Crispy 7th, Riggsy 8th, Kevin 9th, and Ogween rounds out your top 10. So brilliant race overall then. Hope you all enjoyed it. And with that then we'll just jump right into the post-race interview. So first of all, congratulations to all 3 of you guys who have finished on the podium in today's race. So we're going to start with our 3rd place finisher, Paraquicks for Haas. So Para, mate, good race for you. Congratulations on the podium finish. Talk us through it. What went down?
Yeah, thank you. It was a good race, decent, stayed out of the penalties and had a good start. I was gonna go for the mediums first, but then I knew a safety car was possible, so I went for the softs, and then just followed Mitzi. Just overtook him once just to see what my pace was like, but then I just saw it and he was way quicker, so I just let him back past. Just sit in the DRS train. And at the end, it got kind of messy. I got bumped in the back and took out combat, but that was not really my fault, so the stewards have to decide about that. But in the end, podium, pretty nice.
All right, sounds good. Talk me through the track limits and stuff like that throughout the course of the race. Did you find it difficult to keep things on track? 'Cause of course, I say you didn't get a single penalty throughout the course of the race. Was that an easy job, or was that difficult just to try and keep it on the track?
Well, I put up one more front wing to make it through the corners easier, because with one less downforce, I always got a pen, so just managed to get through the corners easier and get on the troll. That's what I did.
All right, fair enough then. And last question, halfway through the season now, and Great Britain coming up next. So, what are your thoughts on your performance so far in this first half of the season?
I had a bit of trouble at the start, but now I'm getting podiums and actually got a win in Baku as well, but Sideray got it. So I'm pretty good on pace, I think. So let's keep going.
All right, lovely stuff. Well, congratulations once again on the podium finish, and we'll now move on to the second place finisher, Zydrad, who of course drove a very good race there. Talk us through the race from your perspective, mate.
Yeah, I mean, coming into it, I thought quali was going to be the toughest part, and luckily I got blessed with the rain. So that's that. And then into the race, I just tried to keep penalties down and keep my wing clean. Got a bit fortunate with the power and the combat incident, and just rode it home until P2. And then the last couple of laps, obviously me and power are fine, but luckily we managed to keep it clean. So I'm happy with P2.
All right, good stuff. Talk me through that final lap. What was going down in your mind when you made the move on power and managed to take that second place in the closing stages there?
Well, I knew that me and Power were going to be on similar energy, similar ERS, so it was kind of trying to bait him into overtaking me into turn two, and then just getting it back with the DRS, and it worked with a bit of fortune on my side. Apparently, Power had a bit of a controller issue, but I managed to got the outside, I guess, technically, and yeah, made the move. And I was quite happy.
All right, sounds good. And then last question, we've got Silverstone coming up next. How is Silverstone for you? Is that a decent track, or do you feel like you'll struggle there?
I absolutely hate the track.
Oh, well, that sums up for us pretty nicely. So
Yeah.
makes my job a lot easier. So all right, well, thank you for that, and
No worries.
congratulations again on the second place finish. And we'll now bring
Cheers.
things over to Arben to interview. For once, he can get interviewed by someone else. So Arben interviewing Midzi for winning the race.
So the Midsy, another win. Not as easy maybe as the other ones, but talk me through the race and well, obviously you got lucky with people battling behind you, but just talk through your race management and how you reacted when safety car came out, all that sort of thing.
Yeah, got pretty lucky with crowding, I think, diving and hitting combat, to be honest. Yeah, race was pretty good, just expected it to be a DRS train. It was had decent pace, I think, on the softs, but I thought we got a bit more of a gap to medium runners. But yeah, got lucky with the safety car as well. To be honest, what we all did on the softs. Yeah, I just do the same what I did on the softs. I had 2 warnings as well from that one, so I was just trying to keep it at the track limits. Yeah, my first thought was just to try and save the RS, to wait for the end when we'd end up battling with whoever quite a bit. But obviously, yeah, Crown, I think,
Yeah.
Power ended up taking out combat. And I was just trying to keep consistent from him, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, in your fairness, it is quite hard to get out of DRS with the 3 DRS zones on this track, but I think once you got out of DRS and certainly felt like also commentating that was pretty much race done, and another good you, like you said. So, what's it? Britain next, of course, championship leader. With the first half, how you looking to get obviously claim championship and continue form you have.
Yeah, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing, to be honest. I mean, Silverstone's just going to be pretty much the same as this week with DRS strains. Yeah, I just got to make sure I nail quali and just keep it clean in the race, really. Well, I'm racing around with other clean drivers as well, so I don't have to worry about keeping it clean so much, really. It's more about time penalties. But,
Yep.
Yeah, that's it, really.
Yeah, lovely stuff. Just what we expected really from you this week, and well done to Power and Zydrad as well. Those Zydrad left the party, so yeah, well done to you guys, and well, I guess we'll see you guys next week, and that will end stream. Zach, if you wanna sign us off, and then well, get ready for Division 1 tomorrow, which I'll be racing in. So yeah, we'll see.
Oh yeah, well, make sure to join us for Division 1 tomorrow
Cheers.
night at 7 p.m. And make sure to join us next week here, same place, same time, on the SLR Twitch at 7 p.m. on Sunday, I've got to remember what the date is here. Sunday the 8th of May Sunday the 1st of May for the British Grand Prix in the McKeon division. So I hope you look forward to that. And with that, you guys, that is the end of the stream. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.